And welcome to Entertainment Tonight.
But first, Demi, Ashton, Jada, how are the stars working to stop nightmares like the Cleveland kidnapping case from ever happening again? Hollywood's fight to end sex slavery is Entertainment Tonight's top story.
In Cleveland, Ariel Castro is being held on suicide watch this morning.
I can't think of a case that is more appropriate for the death penalty than this one.
Kidnapping, rape, and now possibly murder. News about the monster from Cleveland who abused 3 girls while holding them captive for a decade hit Jada Pinkett-Smith especially hard.
This illuminates what this monster looks like. There are many more cases like this that we just don't know about yet.
I talked with Jada last night. She was the honorary host at the CAST 15th annual From Slavery to Freedom event. The outspoken star is out front of the issue thanks to daughter Willow, who was first to tell her about it.
Make sure she's all right.
That's a protective mama right there. Other influential celebs like Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore have long supported the coalition to fight slavery and help victims such as the 3 in Cleveland.
Amanda? So when we talk about the savagery of what they've probably had to deal with and the fact that she had the courage to scream and say, help me. I can't tell you, there's so many women that have not survived this ordeal.
Castro had a history of abuse, according to his former daughter-in-law. The woman, who did not want her face shown in an interview, heard horror stories from her husband.
He talked about how his father had beaten him and his mother severely, how they used to they were like hostages in their own house.
Castro reportedly wrote a suicide note that was among the more than 200 items seized from his home. He sits in an isolated cell while his victims recover. A lot of people have been talking about should these women speak out about their ordeal. Is it too soon?
It's too soon. I've sat down with a lot of women and I've listened to the graphic details of these kinds of accounts, and it's horrific. And this is not something that you try to force someone to talk about, and it's not something that you invade someone's privacy. There's a lot of shame that comes with this, and there's a lot of trauma. So we have to just be patient, and we just got to fall back a little bit.
The mother of Gina De Jesus says the recovery is underway.
They can smile freely now, which is the most beautiful thing in those 3 that went through, that they can actually smile now.
And there is hope now for these women, and that's what the event last night was all about. That organization has done so much, CAST, to help women come through horrific ordeals. Rob, I spoke to a survivor. Her story was chilling, but she was a great example of how they can move on and they can recover.
Difficult to imagine what these women have been through.
Inconceivable, it is.
Now let's turn to some of the big news happening in